For today's demonstration of the Aware tool, you will first go to apps.pivvot.com. Enter your credentials in the two white blanks and select Sign In. Once you have selected Sign In, you will be brought to Pivvot's landing page. Select the map icon. We are now in what is known as a site view. There's many functionalities of the site view, and the first we are going to use is the search function. It is located over to the left-hand side with the magnifying glass icon. To use the search function, enter any street name, address, XY coordinate, or town. Now that our results are pulled back, we can go ahead and zoom to that location. Now that we are at the location that I zoomed to, we are now going to open up the layers flyout. In the layers flyout, you will find the pivot layers as well as the site view layers. The site view layers contain the information that you upload into your Pivvot account. The layers that I'm going to take a look at this location include some environmental data such as the NHD flowline layer, NHD water body, and the NWI wetland. I can also come down here and take a look at our property parcel data. Our next thing that we will look at is the tools flyout. And the tools flyout contains our Aware tool, which is located right here, as well as the measure and the redlining tool. To learn more about the measure and redline tool, feel free to visit our help center to learn more. To start an Aware project, go ahead and select the Aware icon. On the Locations tab, you will select which geometry fits the criteria for your project, either a point, line, polygon, or you can upload your own locations from a CSV, KML, KMZ, or zipped shapefile. For this demonstration, I'm going to use a polygon. The first step of an Aware project is to name it. So for this example, I'm going to name it Solar Project. Now that I've given my first location a name, it's time to draw the geometry onto the map. To do that, select the geometry symbol. Now go onto the map and place a series of left clicks to place your polygon. Now that I'm at the end of the polygon, I will double click to finish my shape. After I'm done drawing my polygon, it is now time to select a buffer. For this example, I'm going to use my slider and I'm going to go over to 1/10 of a mile. Now that I've filled out all the information for my first location, I will now select Save. For an Aware project, I can submit it with just one location, or I can draw multiple locations to compare. For this example, I'm going to draw one more location. Again, I'm going to name it Location 2. Select my geometry icon, place a series of left clicks, and double click to end my shape. I'm going to keep my buffer distance the same, so that 1/10 of a mile, and I'm now going to save that second location. The last step before I submit my project is I'm going to click this cogwheel, and I'm going to choose which data sets I want to report on. So as you can see, I currently have all Pivvot data sets over in the selected reporting datasets category. This means that every pivot layer that you saw in the layers flyout will also be on the reporting console. Since that is what I'm wanting for this project, I'm going to select Save. Now that I've completed all of the locations that I'm wanting for my Aware project, I can select Submit. After selecting Submit, it is now taking both of those locations and comparing them against our Pivvot database. All in all, this will take about 8 to 10 minutes to complete. In the meantime, we are going to look at the reporting from a previous project. To locate your Aware projects that are completed, go ahead and go over to the Projects tab in the Aware tool. So as you can see, our solar project that we just created is currently running because it has an orange bar next to it. When it's complete, the bar will turn green. So to get to the reporting console, we can select the drop-down arrow next to the project name, and we can go to the reporting console, or we can choose to download our Pivvot data into a file geodatabase, as well as get the additional data. This is an example of the Pivvot file that you downloaded. As you can see, we have all of the Pivvot data, as well as elevation, land cover, and slope. We are now going to view the reports. Now that I'm in the reporting console of the Pivvot platform, I'm going to first draw your attention to the locations portion. As you can see, just one of my 2 locations is selected. I'm going to go ahead and select that second location so we can then compare them inside of the crossing summary report. So inside of the crossing summary report, you can see all of our pivot layers that we chose to report on, as well as the 2 locations side by side, so we can begin to take a deeper look at the data. Let's go ahead and go down to property parcels. So as you can see, my first location, we are going to be dealing with 3 property parcels, and with my second location, we will be dealing with 16. To find out more information about these parcels, we can come over here to our detail report and select that property parcel. Once we've selected that, we'll now be able to see all the individual records of our property parcels, and we can select the record, give a right click, and see where that property parcel lies in relation to our locations. If I'm choosing to share this information, I can come over and select either one of these reporting icons, and that will download our information into an Excel file. To learn more, please visit the Pivvot Help Center, which is accessible by clicking this question mark up here to the right-hand corner of your screen.